Hey, welcome back. In this video, we are going to discuss about Alpine.js and Jquery. So we are going to compare both of these and how things are done in both of these technologies and see which you like the most. You can decide after this video. So if you don't know what Alpine.js is, it is like a minimum version of very minimal or simpler version of Vue.js, or it just, you cannot say it is full framework, but it copies some behavior like these reactive DOM and some behavior of these framework at lower cost. So we'll see what it will do. So I have created a folder and there are some files. You can ignore all other files. Let's go to jq.html file. So here I have created a simple HTML file. I have included jQuery through CDN. Alright, so let's open up. Okay, so here is what we get. So simple S2 and one div which contains a button and the body. So this is like, yeah, you can create modal out of this or drop down menu. So simple thing is, the main idea here is when you click on button, it will toggle the visibility of whether it will be modal or any drop down list. So this is the idea. So in jQuery, how we achieve this is we give ID to these two elements, button and body, and use jQuery to target these item, and whenever user clicks on this open drop down button, will do some behavior. So by default this drop down body will be hidden, so we are using this hidden class, and here we are making this style display none. So this is the first step, and next whenever user clicks on this drop down button, you need to create a script just below jQuery CDN. So whenever someone clicks on button, we are toggling that class of drop down body. Alright, so and now let's switch to Alpine.js, how we achieve this thing on Alpine. So here another file, same HTML, we have just included the Alpine.js from CDN, and same thing, we got one div, one button and one UL, similar to jQuery. And when I open it up on browser, it looks like so. Okay, so in Alpine.js we do not we can or it is our choice, up to us. We may have to create a script tag, but we write JavaScript inline. So this is the new idea. You can write without, you can use this kind of behavior, you can make this drop down without even using a script tag. So in jQuery we have created a script tag and written the code inside that. But in here what we are doing is, in the main div which is wrapping this button and div, we are initializing our data using this x data and making this, you can say this a variable or property, and making by default false, and this x, so according to true or false, this will toggle the visibility of this element, which is this element drop down body. So by default it will be false, so that it won't be displayed. For now you can ignore this click away event. For now just imagine this is it. Alright, so by default xo is this variable open, which is by default false. That's why we cannot see whenever page reloads or whenever we first reload the page. And whenever we click on this button, we are listening by doing this click event, and we are making open equals to true. So if you are familiar to Vue.js, you'll get it very easily. Even if you don't use Vue, it is simple to understand. So whenever user clicks on the button, what we are doing is we are making this variable open equals to true. So we are making this open equals to true, and on real time it will change this to true, and this will also be true, and XO will display this drop down body. So if it is false, it won't display the body. If it is true, it will display. So we are making open equals to true whenever you, so as I click here, it will make that true, and we can see it. So one more thing, whenever we click outside, we have to close this, right? So whenever user clicks outside, we have to close that. So in jQuery, we do like this. We listen for this focus out event on same this button element, and this toggle the visibility of element. So if I refresh, open the body, close it, open, and when I click outside, it will close. So in Alpine.js, we don't need to do all these, we just need to do like this. So whenever someone clicks away, we'll make open equals to false. So again, this open will be false, and we do not see this body. Very simple, right? So let's see that in action. Open, close, open, outside, close. Very simple. We don't have to do all these and make this style. We don't even need a style over here. Okay, so as you can see, it is much simpler this way. Similarly, you can create tabs like so. Let me show the example of jQuery tab. Same thing, we have two buttons, tab 1, tab 2, tab 1, tab 2. Whenever we hit 1 will be displayed. Whenever we go to tab 2, tab will be displayed. Same thing, two button to content of the tab, and similarly we are doing like this. Whenever someone clicks on tab 1, we are making the tab 1 remove the class hidden from tab 1, so that tab 1 will be displayed, and making tab 2 hidden, and opposite in case of tab 2, like so. So let's see how we do in Alpine.js. Let me comment this code for the drop down, and here I have code for tab. Just uncomment it. So same thing, we have div, we have two buttons called foo and bar, and we'll toggle their visibility. So first thing, we just define data tab equals to foo. So the current tab will be foo by default whenever we reload the page, or whenever we first load the page. So only foo tab will be displayed like so, and we do the XO. So this div will be displayed whenever this condition equals to true. So we are checking this tab variable equals to foo, then only show this foo tab. If tab equals to bar, show the bar tab. So by default it will be foo, then this will be displayed, this won't. And whenever we click on this bar, we are making the tab equals to bar, so that now this condition will be satisfied and this div will be displayed. Let's see, bar foo. Very simple, right? Just couple of lines of code. We don't even have to write script tag. In jQuery we have to write all these. So this is really cool. So once you just study this code, you'll understand. So this way we are binding the class, we are toggling the class called active. So for now we are not using any CSS. So this class active you can target using CSS and just highlight this tab. Right now it is not being used, so don't worry about these steps. We can even get rid of these. This is just to give a class, and even this will work. Alright, like so. Okay, just couple of line of code, very simple. This versus this versus this. Okay, yeah, there are a lot of things you can do. You can refer to Alpine.js documentation. I've taken these example from their documentation. You can even do mouse enter event and do all these steps like so. Loading spinner. So whenever someone hover over this show drop down button, it will load something from server and just updates the inner HTML of this div. Alright, so I've created that on Jquery. Let's see, Jquery fetch, how we do using Jquery. Let's go to Jquery fetch. Okay, so whenever someone hovers over mouse over here, it will load and fetch the data from server, right? So in Jquery we do like this. We have button, fetch and show, and we have the body which will display the content. So by default it will be loading, and by default we are making it hidden, and similarly we are targeting that fetch button and binding the mouse over event. I'm just console logging something, and we have to remove the class hidden so that this will be loading will be displayed. Remove the class, loading displayed, and after some time data will be fetched and displayed here. So to mimic the server behavior, I have just used set timeout like so, and then after that I have unbind. So I've done this step just to avoid fetching from server every time we mouse over here, so it will do request many times like this. So what I would like to do is just whenever we hover over once, it will display, and when we do second time, it won't. Okay, in Alpine you can just do like this, mouse enter dot once. You don't need to do bind and unbind all stuff, and then you can run all code like the here inline. Okay, so much simpler. So you can check out these, they are given in detail what everything will do. It is very simple, and it is a perfect fit for Laravel if you are not using Vue and all other framework, front-end framework. You can simply integrate these behaviors in your blade file. Alright, so hope you like this comparison video. I will see you on another video. Bye.